Welcome to the Gals Guide to the Galaxy podcast, where a group of gals gather for you one cool thing around our topic of the month. Is it ancient history? Is it breaking news? Is it safe for work? Well, that's up to each gal. All we know is that...
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Grab your brooms, ladies, because we're talking about witches this month. The library is abuzz with stories of fictional witches, historical witches, and those being accused of witches, and modern-day witches. As we gather around the cauldron for this month's episodes, let me introduce you to my magical gals. So first up, it is library manager of Gals Guide. It's Bonnie Fellenworth. Yay! So, Bonnie, tell the good people what you have been up to lately.
Oh, nothing witchy.
Oh, nothing witchy? 'Tis the season.
Nah. Artin. And library schooling.
Ooh.
And getting ready for the upcoming frost for gardening season.
Are all your plants inside now?
No, not
Okay,
yet.
Josh brought them all in.
Usually here it's October 10th is usually the frost. I'm starting to look for the freezing temperature at night now.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Josh brought all the plants in. We had a slug in the house.
Ooh, yum.
Yeah, not happy about it.
That's a kitty
Good.
treat.
Oh, I also have a mosquito bite on my face because they were in the plants.
Oh.
I kind of think I'm getting a witch's wart, is what I think it is. But there's no black hair that's coming out of it. Well, next up, she is our book club director, Katie Young, everybody. Yay! Katie, what is new with you this October?
Well, it sounds like I got a new title. Book club director?
Yeah.
I thought I was just like a leader.
I
Next
think-
month, book club dictator?
I mean, yeah,
basically,
whatever you want it to be.
Book club empress.
I think sometimes I say manager,
Queen of
sometimes I
book
say
club.
director. But, I mean, coordinator, whatever you need it to be. Queen
Well,
of
I
book club,
kind of felt
yes.
like the queen of book club because we had an amazing discussion last night. We met to talk about the wrong kind of women,
Yep, exactly.
Not
the
very-
filmmaking book.
the filmmaking book.
Dismantling Hollywood.
Dismantling the gods of Hollywood.
Yes, very
See, that's
true.
why I didn't
Yes.
attempt it on air. I knew I'd leave something out. But we had a fantastic discussion about it, and I know we'll be
Yes.
talking about it in a couple episodes, but we are meeting again, of course, for October. And we're going to read The Witches Are Coming by Lindy West, and I think that's going to be another, very blood pressure raising
Right.
conversation.
Have
but,
a drink and come to the conversation.
but just maybe getting a
or-
lot off your chest, expressing yourself. I think it's going to be a good one.
Yes, exactly. Take some St. John's wort, breathe in a bag, whatever you need to do to get through. I think it's going to be good, though.
Absolutely.
So returning to, for some reason, my script says the Sacred Oval. I don't really know, but I think I meant the Sacred Coven of podcasting. Not sure.
Our table's almost oval.
It is.
Yeah.
I guess.
The Sacred Oval
There we go. It's
bamboo
the Sacred
table
Oval.
of
So maybe I did mean that.
podcasting.
Maybe I was being so much more witty a couple of days ago when I put this together instead of our Sacred Circle. Yeah. No, it's totally what I was doing. Yes, exactly. So everybody, it's Elyssa Everling. Yay! So remind the good people what you do.
I am a librarian.
Yay!
Nice.
That's our favorite type of person.
Yes. Witches in disguise.
Yes, exactly. The best kind. So what have you been up to lately, darling?
Oh, not a whole lot. Life goes fast.
See, there you
Yeah.
go. Just library stuff.
Library stuff, yeah. Never ends.
Yeah,
In the best way possible.
Right, exactly. Yes, there's always new books coming out. There's always new people
The list just
exploring
gets
books.
longer and,
Yes. Exactly.
never catch up.
Isn't it a little depressing to think about how there's never going to be enough time to read all the books or pet all the dogs?
I've had a lot of
Oh, no,
existential crises over that, and I cannot.
We won't dive into it then tonight.
I think I need to get the paperbacks.
I know I could upset everyone with one single sentence.
You can't pet all the dogs or read all the books. Oh my god, the world is done.
That could be a depressing sticker.
It really
Publish
could.
that one.
The saddest sticker ever created. Well, on that super sad note, I am Dr. Lee Leach.
Welcome.
I'm the executive director of the Sad Place, Gals Guide. Now, even though I am Buddhist and not a witch, it has not stopped people from calling me one. But I don't think it's necessarily for that reason. But if you're mean to me, I do have pagan friends that can put a spell on you. So, insert my cackle, which I can't do, by the way. So, before we dive into our first witch, let's look at the Gal's Guide calendar for this week. So, for this week, October 3rd through the 9th, we have First Friday Fun happening on October 7th. The library is open late. It's open till 9, so it's a perfect time to come see what new books are out, our new witchy display of books, and we might even have a few spooky visitors with pointy hats. Ooh. Who knows? Dun, 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 dun. Our newest edition, Walking Club, continues October 8th. It's at 9 a.m. Joshua Leach is going to be leading a walk around Noblesville, starting at the Gal's Guide Library. And I promised that I would join this time if we stopped for coffee.
Nice.
And guess what? He said yes. So we get to stop for coffee. All fitness levels are welcome. All coffee enthusiasts are also welcome. Bring rain gear just in case and sunscreen just in case, as we never know what the weather is necessarily going to do. So for more information, go to galsguide.org and click on the calendar. Now the spooky question is, Bonnie, are you okay with Elyssa going first? Dun, dun, dun!
Nothing would be spookier.
I like it. There you go. Perfect. So then that means, girl, who do you have for us?
Well, I was stuck between two women.
Yes.
I debated long and hard, and I ended up choosing Stevie Nicks.
Ooh, the witchy woman herself.
Yes! Yeah. So, like any good librarian, I started my research at Wikipedia.
Good job.
That's where you begin for
Right.
basic facts.
True.
So I have some just basic facts about her. If you want me to get started?
Yes, please,
Okay, cool.
please.
So Stephanie Stevie Nicks was born at Good Samaritan Hospital in Phoenix, Arizona, to Jess and Barbara. She's of German, English, Welsh, and Irish ancestry. So a lot of Celtic ancestry.
No Scandinavian in there, though.
No Scandinavian.
Interesting.
So her grandfather, Aaron, A.J. Nicks, Sr., taught her how to sing duets with him by the time she was 4 years old.
Oh, goodness.
Her mother was protective and kept her at home more than most people and fostered in her daughter a love of fairy tales.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't love the classics, right?
I know, absolutely.
So, as a toddler, Stephanie could not pronounce her name. She could only pronounce it as Titi, which led to her being called Stevie.
Oh, that's cute.
So she met her future... I'm kind of skipping ahead in time here.
It's totally fine. You can go backwards, forwards, get a TARDIS, whatever you need to do.
So she met her future musical and romantic partner, Lindsay Buckingham, during her senior year at Menlo Alberton High School in Atherton, California. Because if you don't know who Stevie Nicks is...
Right.
She is a member of Fleetwood Mac.
Right, which I believe Lindsay is as well.
Yeah, it's amazing, right?
Weird.
Yeah. When she saw Lindsay playing California Dreaming at a Young Life Club, she joined him in harmony. She recalled, "I thought he was a darling." Buckingham was in a psychedelic rock band named Fritz, but two of its musicians were leaving for college. He asked Nicks in mid-1967 to replace the lead singer. Fritz, the band, later opened for Jimi Hendrix and Janis Joplin from 1968 to 1970.
Oh, wow.
And if you know me, I'm a
amazing.
huge Janis Joplin fan.
Oh,
Another
see?
witchy woman, right?
Love it. Yes.
Okay, so Nick credits both acts as having inspired her stage intensity and performance.
I can see that. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
So both Nicks and Buckingham, Lindsay, attended San Jose State University, which has a fantastic library school, by the way. Did not go there, but they're known for their library school.
Really?
Where Nicks majored in speech communication and planned to become an English teacher. With her father's blessing, Nicks dropped out of college to pursue a musical career with Lindsay. So they pursued this musical career, and if you don't know, it's kind of like a folk rock band. Yeah. I mean, I've listened to it, not recently, but... So, Stevie Nicks was really known for her unique style, like fashion sense.
Yes.
And it led people to believe that she was a witch because she would rock these like tunics and gossamer scarves and do like weird dances around the stage.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and so she would also have multiple wardrobe changes, sometimes between songs, which is just shocking, like that amount of clothes. Like,
right.
Yep, like, can you imagine the laundry with that? I mean...
Well, I'm sure it's all dry clean only.
I'm sure, and I'm sure if you're famous, you've got someone to do it for you.
Yes, this is very true.
Yeah.
I always think of like her and Steven Tyler. It's just like,
oh, I love Steven Tyler.
Yes. Of like silk and drapery.
Well, he had it on his microphone.
Yes.
He was my first concert at like age 8 at Deer Creek.
Oh my goodness!
Like back when it was Deer Creek. Yeah.
Oh.
My second
I
one
think
was
it still is. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
That's just what I call it.
I mean, it always is, right? My second one was Cher and Cyndi Lauper, which was amazing. I got to see the Believe tour. Fantastic.
Ooh, very
Total
nice.
side note on other witchy women.
That is what we do. It's fine.
So, as she was wearing these clothes that made people really uncomfortable, which is shocking because it was like the 70s.
Right.
Right? Like, no one cared.
Right.
I don't think people cared.
She's also like fully covered. It just may be a little see-through, but it's fully covered.
Yeah, fully covered. So rumors began to circulate about Nyx being a witch after the release of Fleetwood Mac's Rhiannon in 1976. According to Stephen Davis, author of Gold Dust Woman, which is her biography.
Okay.
Or a biography about her, I should
Right.
say. Nyx would sometimes start the song during concerts by saying, "This is a song about an old Welsh witch."
Oh.
So at that point, she began receiving letters from people saying she was a witch because of her style and the songs she wrote.
Oh, okay.
She's quoted as saying, "In the beginning of my career, the whole idea that some wacky, creepy people were writing, 'You're a witch, you're a witch,' was so arresting," she told the Los Angeles Times. And there I am like, "No, I'm not. I just wear black because it makes me look thinner."
Yeah,
idiots.
right.
She would also wear black.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
You know, and at the time, like,
Yeah.
I don't know if emo style really existed, right? It was
exactly. It was always slimming, though.
always, yeah. So, in retaliation and to, like, stop the rumors, because it really made her uncomfortable that people were calling her a witch, she started...
Also, you said rumors, by the way. Anyway, go ahead.
I did! You're right! Yes, I didn't catch that.
Sorry.
You're
Fleetwood
fine.
Mac reference.
Yeah, I actually own that album, too. So, in retaliation, she began wearing colors such as seafoam green and apricot, which I associate with, like, the Golden Girls.
Right.
I don't know why.
Right. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's fair. Yes. She
Um,
went totally Florida Beach.
yeah. I mean, those aren't even colors. Those are just, like, the La Croix of color, right?
Yes,
Like,
right.
they're just, like, barely a hint of color. I can't actually take credit for that. A friend said that to me. And I was like, I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Colors, yes.
Love it.
I love it. Yes.
So Nyx later stated that she felt ugly in the new colors because, like, it's apricot and seafoam green.
Right. I mean, everybody
It's not
likes...
her personality.
Yeah.
Right, it's
She's
not.
not being true to who she is.
Plus, doesn't
Doing
everybody look
that.
kind of sick in those colors?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
it
they're
doesn't
not,
do much.
they're not attractive.
And then can you imagine on
colors.
stage with the lights?
Ew.
Like, ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
This is what peer pressure will do, kids.
yeah,
Resist.
terrible fashion choices. So she went back to black in 1983, along with all the
Sweet.
scarves and the
She wears
witchy
like
stuff.
a lot of silver jewelry too, right?
yes, a lot of
Yeah.
I just keep seeing her image in my head, and it's
Oh,
hard
yeah.
to- yeah.
Exactly. She has a certain dance that she does and everything. Yes.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, the people can't see it, but, like, yeah.
Yes. I mean, they're all imagining it. They all know.
So that same year, when asked what she thought about those who still believe the rumor, she said, "I don't like it at all, and I wish people would stop thinking about that, because I spent thousands of dollars on beautiful black clothes and had to stop wearing them for a long time because a lot of people scared me.
So, for the love of wardrobe, please
Please
don't call me a witch.
Right. Yes. Please don't call me a witch. I love my expensive black clothes."
That's a good as reason as any.
So then she also said, "I stopped wearing black for like a year." She said it again in another Los Angeles interview.
Right.
And then I was just like, "Okay, just bring it, freaks. I'm not going to wear apricot. You think whatever you want because I'm going to wear my beautiful long black dress. Get out of my face."
Yes.
And then she got mad and went back to black.
There you go. And then
So-
she became a witch despite that. No, I'm just kidding.
Maybe. I don't know. Jury's still out.
I know, right?
So, where was it? Where am I now? Sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine. She's like, damn it,
so
I'm going to wear
the-
my own frocks.
The cost to keep up her overall style of hair, makeup, and wardrobe was not cheap.
Right,
We're
yeah.
talking about expensive black clothes.
Yeah.
Nyx filed tax deductible expenses in 1991, costing $12,495 for makeup and hairstyling, and $43,291 for professional clothing and maintenance.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I know, right?
I mean, we were joking about the...
That's expensive.
Yeah, and all tax deductible because it's her job.
Sure, right?
Sure,
Exactly.
right?
It's
Write
a
it off.
uniform.
I have to wear clothes to work, too.
Yeah, tax deduction.
You're right.
Right?
Pretty sure if I showed up
clothes?
without them, I wouldn't have a job anymore.
There is that problem, yes.
Right. So, although Stevie is interested in mysticism and dressed up as a witch every year for Halloween when she was a child, she makes it clear that she is not a witch.
Okay, all right. Okay, that's fine.
Are we starting to feel like this is a, like, you doth protest too much kind of situation, though?
Perhaps.
Yeah. So, people continued to accuse Nyx of being a witch not only because of the way she dressed, but also the way she performed on stage, which I've hinted at.
Sure, right.
Magazine journalist Ray Rogers described the singer as straddling the spirit world and the rock and roll world, which I love.
That's a great... Yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah, brilliant.
So she often wore long black skirts or dresses, platform boots, a black top hat, and a dark shawl, or black blouses with long chiffon sleeves. She is known to dance around in black outfits as if communicating with an unseen being.
Right.
So dancing with the devil on the stage.
Woo-woo.
Maybe. Maybe not.
Dancing like nobody's watching.
Yes.
Dangerous thing to do.
It is.
So she also told Interview Magazine that mysticism has always been a part of her work and style.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she says she dresses the way she does because twirling around in chiffon is fun.
It is.
She also wants to have a mystical presence.
Okay.
Having a little bit of the spiritual is ultimately better than having none.
There you
which
go.
is fair.
I like that. Yes.
And she said that in her discussion with Interview Magazine. For me, the whole idea of twirling around in chiffon on stage is a whole lot more fun than standing there in a straight dress that doesn't move.
Yeah. No, very true. Yeah.
Right? I'd probably fall over.
Yeah.
If you had to stand there, right? I mean, I'd fall over if I were dancing too, but like...
You get the lock knees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I actually learned the other day, like, you can actually pass out from lock knees. I did not know that.
Yes.
I was reading about the funeral for Queen Elizabeth.
Oh,
and they were talking about the guards and how they have to,
Yep.
Yeah.
They actually, my kids, like, choir class, they will always instruct them not to lock their knees because they can pass out and they're on those risers and everything.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I did not know that. I learned something new every day.
Exactly. Don't lock those knees, kids.
Yeah. So then Nyx, at that point, made a conscious decision to incorporate mysticism into her life and work.
Ooh.
A long, long time ago, I decided I was going to have a kind of mystical presence. So I made my clothes, my boots, my hair, and my whole being go with that.
Yeah.
But it wasn't something that I just made up at that point. It's the way I've always been. I've always believed in good witches, not bad witches, and fairies and angels, which harkens back to her love of fairy tales.
Yes. There you go.
So
it was probably there the whole time. It's just levels of embracing and non-embracing?
Yes.
Okay.
And maybe protecting herself because, you know, you don't want...
Burner, she's a witch?
Yeah, Burner, she's a witch. And, you know, there was already, like, the satanic panic of the 80s. So I'm sure that, like, you know... Stevie Nicks being a witch wasn't that far-fetched at the time.
Right, exactly.
So, I don't think she's ever, like, specifically said that, you know, I do or don't believe. As you can tell, she's gone back and forth multiple times.
Exactly. I think that does make it interesting.
But she does love to play into the stereotype.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if you guys know American Horror Story, of course.
I know of it. I haven't watched it because I'm a scaredy cat.
Are you?
Yes.
Okay.
Have you guys watched it?
I've watched the first season.
Okay. I feel like Katie's the bravest of us all. Is that fair, Bonnie?
Probably.
Yeah.
Not real big into like the horror
Never
stuff.
thought that, but...
Okay. So, since you don't know what American Horror Story is, it is a horror anthology. So each season follows a different, like...
Character?
It's a completely different season, but they use kind of the same actresses and actors. It's like Sarah Paulson and, what's her name? The old lady. I can't think of what her name is.
Oh, gosh, I can see her in my mind,
I know,
too.
same.
I mean, I know Gaga was on the show at one point.
She was. Anyway, not important.
Okay.
So there was
Susan Sarandon?
No. It's I want to say Jessica Lange, but yes, is it Jessica Lange?
Yes.
Oh, Jessica Lange. Okay.
Yes,
All right,
it is
got
Jessica Lange. Okay.
There we go.
I kept seeing her and the lady from 6 Feet Under, which I think they're two separate people, but they look very similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
No, you're fine.
So one of the seasons, they have a coven, which addressed the topics of witchcraft, voodoo, and racism, and counted on the presence of Stevie Nicks in a cameo role that might have come as a surprise. So American Horror Story Coven introduced a group of witches led by Fiona Good, Jessica Lange, it's actually written right here, imagine that, and her daughter Cordelia, played by Sarah Paulson, who I love.
There you go, yes.
And among them was Misty Day, played by Lily Rabe. Is that how you say it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Gotcha.
A young witch who was burned alive after displaying powers of resurgence.
Ooh.
So, a little backstory on this character, Misty. She was the kindest soul in the coven, despised killing, and had a deep respect for nature and longed to find her tribe. One of Misty's most defining details was her love and admiration for Stevie Nicks, who she believed to be a kindred spirit and a white witch. And to her surprise, Nicks showed up at the academy before the test of the 7 wonders, which was a big part of this season, which I don't want to go into.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to give it away.
Right. Spoilers.
So Stevie Nicks' appearance in American Horror Story was a nice surprise, and it all began when the producers asked her to use some of the music.
Oh.
They just asked for her music.
Right. Thinking maybe we'll at least get that?
Yeah.
Okay,
we don't need her to act, but just the music.
Right.
Speaking to the LA Times, 2014, Stevie Nicks explained that she initially wasn't going to be in Coven, and it all began when Murphy and Falchuk, the creators and directors,
Brian Murphy, yes.
Asked her if they could use her music and told her everything she needed to know about Misty Day. They described Misty as a loner who only had Nicks' music as her companion, her friend and her mom, and her conscience. To which Nicks said that's all she always ever wanted to be to anybody with her songs.
Aww.
So Nicks then watched the first episodes of the Coven series.
Right.
And was completely won over by it. So after a couple of unexpected changes in her music career, she called Murphy up and she said, I'll do a walkthrough. But she made a lot of emphasis to him on not being an actress.
Right.
She's not. She's a singer.
Right.
Nicks also told LA Times that she was terrified when she was given a slightly bigger role in Coven.
Well, I mean, is this before Gaga or after Gaga?
I think it's before.
Okay, all right. I was going to say, I'm like, if they already had a singer that was also an actress, there's a precedent.
I don't remember which one Gaga was in.
Yeah,
there's a couple episodes I won't watch because they have clowns in them. And I refuse.
Yeah.
Then there's a season where they deal with the 2016 election, and that is just too traumatic.
It's too much.
Can't do that.
That's scarier than clowns.
Yeah, I know. And that one actually has clowns in it, so you get double wham. And it's yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so it's just a whole pocket full of
and then they microwave a gerbil, and I'm sure they used a fake gerbil, but
But the idea of...
But then I was I just, no. No, I had to turn it off.
You're hard pass.
Yeah. I was Trump and clowns and animal cruelty, you've crossed a line.
That is my nightmare fuel.
Yeah.
in a cup.
So as I see, she got a small cameo role. Yeah. Well, then they expanded it. Because I guess they really liked her.
They loved writing for Stevie Nicks.
Yeah. It all worked out in the end. Of course, Misty Day, being a Stevie Nicks fan, wasn't a random choice. So, American Horror Story actually portrayed Stevie as a white witch, and she wasn't going to let all those past comments about her stop her from taking this meaningful opportunity.
Nice.
And it helped her overcome her past fears and turn them into a positive experience.
Right. Yes,
very
exactly.
cool.
Yeah. And she's actually quoted in the show telling Misty, "The shawl has danced across the stages of the world, and now it's yours."
Oh.
So it's this specific character. And this character actually comes back, I think, in the Apocalypse season.
Gotcha.
They harken back to Coven because it kind of just all mashes together.
Right.
But I really love how she took this rumor that, caused her to wear seafoam green and apricot.
Right.
And turned it into her own and, owned it. And now she's like, I'm going to show you that, you can poke fun at me, but it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And pass it on to a certain extent as well.
Oh, yeah, the next generation. Because I'm sure, kids will watch this season and hear Stevie Nicks' music and it will live on.
Exactly. I mean, think of what happened to Kate Bush and Stranger Things for crying out loud. I mean, it was in the car on the way here, running up that hill, and I'm going, really? This one?
Okay, so I watched the first season of Stranger Things. I did not watch the follow-up.
So the latest one, and it's not so much a spoiler. It's just basically it's a plot device where when they listen to music, the demon can't possess them.
Oh, okay.
And so Max's character listens to Kate Bush. Running up that hill over and over and over again. That's her song that like keeps her safe. And so now it's like on mainstream radio everywhere. The college stations are playing it every hour.
What song is it?
It's Running Up That Hill by Kate Bush.
Okay, I thought you were talking about running up the hill. And I was like, why would you run up the hill?
Right.
Okay.
It's a Kate Bush song. And
I don't listen to Kate Bush.
Right, exactly. I'm not a super fan either. And I remember going, but there's other better songs I've heard of Kate, but that's the one that just kind of like hooked on, and 1985 to be the top hit today.
Yeah, that's the power of music.
Yes.
It's witchy.
And that's why I hope like the Stevie Nicks got a resurgence and a rebuzz, and got to the the newer generation who still listens to music.
I think so. I think that's one of those ones that'll never die out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, she'll probably never die. I probably just jinxed her.
There you go. Oh, no,
I shouldn't do that. But you're fine.
I also think like remember what is it in Guardians of the Galaxy? Is it Chains or something like that? They use a Fleetwood Mac song. And my daughter became obsessed with it. She's like, I love this song. And I'm like, that's Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah, right?
So she got introduced to Stevie Nicks because of Guardians of the Galaxy. So
nice. I have not seen that either, so.
It's okay. That one's fine.
Okay. There's a lot of stuff I don't see, so.
It's totally fine.
Yeah.
See, but I love it. I love the, is she, isn't she music influence? But then also when you think of somebody, like modern witchy, you do kind of think of Stevie Nicks.
Oh, it's totally Stevie Nicks.
Yeah.
I remember dressing up as a witch for Halloween, and I had like the shawl with like the gold stars embroidered on it, and like my dress-up clothes. So like it was very Stevie Nicks now thinking about it, and I'm sure I probably still have it somewhere.
Oh, yeah. See? Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Did you ladies have any questions?
Thanks for sharing.
Were you big Stevie Nicks fans, either of you? Or not at all?
Stevie Nicks, Fleetwood Mac, is it the Chain? There's
The
one
Chain.
of them's definitely like breakup song.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What's the meme when they talk about how Taylor Swift will write songs about her boyfriend? And it's Stevie Nicks is like, yeah, but I wrote songs about my boyfriend and I made him sing them. So it was kind of like hold my beer kind of situation.
Yeah, it's like didn't they break up for a while and
It
then
was
they got
ugly.
back? Yeah, I didn't get into the whole music side because
That's totally fair.
Yeah,
Yes.
but like there was a whole thing with them too.
Yeah. And then they wrote songs about it and played it out on stage. And I'm like, this is healthy.
Yeah, it's not awkward at all, right? Yeah. All right.
I totally dig it. Well, that wraps it up for us this week. Join us next week for another cool woman of history as the Gals Guide podcast continues. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
For show notes, links, and images from this week's show, visit galsguide.org. Want exclusive stuff like deleted bits and major bloopers? Become a Gals Guide patron today. Thanks for listening.